PvZ2 is a game about planting and killing zombies. While doing so, it's completely normal to lose a plant, but what if we remove that normal part? What if we cannot lose any single plant? Can we beat the game with this restriction? Firstly, yes. These types of content have been milked to death on YouTube for the past year now, but hey, it's still attracted views, so why not? Now, let's talk about the rules. As I can't let any plant be lost, I can't shovel plants, let the zombies eat our plants, and use plants that will kill themselves after being used, like cherry bomb or potato mine. Next, I'll only use adventure plants since Gemium and premium plants are just too overpowered and make the challenge too easy. I'll also not use leveling and power-ups for obvious reasons. Lastly, pre-planted plants will not be counted toward the challenge. You will find out the reason why soon. With all of that in mind, let's finally start with the first world, Ancient Egypt. Day 1 is typically easy and simple. There is just no way you can fail here as the level gives you a bunch of plant food. Hopefully the next level is also this easy. So, remember when I said pre-planted won't be counted? Yeah, this is why. You have literally zero way to protect those potato mines because the zombies are always spawn on them. I missed the time when there wasn't any plant on the power-up tutorial. Day 3 introduces Camel Zombie. They are just a bunch of slightly higher HP basic zombies walking together. Nothing much to say about them. Day 4 is the first conveyor belt level and our main attacker here is Bloomerang. She is quite strong for now as she can attack 3 zombies at the same time and her plant food effect deals damage both vertically and horizontally, which is pretty useful for later levels. Day 5 introduces Explorer Zombie. They can burn the plant in front of them unless there's snow or ice effect on them. Explorers can be a dangerous threat if they're protected by Conehead or Buckethead zombies, but for now, everything is still fine. Day 6 is our first challenge. It's a conveyor level and still contains zombies from earlier levels, but the final wave has one interesting zombie.
Hello there.
Gargantua can smash the plants immediately without eating them, making the walnut completely useless. The only way to kill it for now is to use Iceberg Lettuce plant food effects to stop him and spam Bloomerang. The next 4 levels, Day 7, 8, 9 and 10 are pretty normal, simple choose your plants level. Day 8 introduces Tomb Raiser zombies, which can create gravestones by throwing bones on empty lanes. We can just simply use Bloomerang for now to deal damage on both the graves and their zombies. Not much to say here, let's move on. Day 11 is the first objective level. The level forces you to play with the plants that have already been chosen and you can't pick any other plant. Since this is the tutorial level about objective, the level gives a pretty normal setup, with pea shooter and Bloomerang. Quite easy for me. Day 12 has a lot more graves now, so my plan for the early game is to stall the wave to destroy as much graves as possible. The level also introduces Pharaoh Zombie. It's a slow tanky zombie at first, but when the sarcophagus is destroyed, it becomes much faster, which can be horrible if it's close to our plants. Using walnut is the best way to deal with them now. Day 13 introduces a different type of objective. This time, the 2 rightmost column are unplantable due to the mold. The strategy here is still the same. Stall the early to remove graves, spam Bloomerang for high DPS and use walnuts to protect the plants. After day 13, The game gives you Bonk Choy, which is a very useful plant because it can deal a lot of damage on the zombies despite its close range. Bonk Choy is very good when paired up with wall plants. I suggest you go for Bonk Choy first before Bloomerang since it can help removing the graves much faster when Grave Buster is inaccessible. Day 15 gives another objectives. You have to protect the 4 SOS sunflowers and cannot let them die. Since I'm playing No Lost Challenge already, so the objective is basically meaningless for me. Just play like normal. Day 16 is another normal choose your plants level, but this time, Tomb Raiser, Buckethead and Explorer are grouped together, which can create a deadly combo as the Tomb Raiser can block our projectiles, letting the Explorers and Bucketheads kill our plants. The way to deal with this level is to stall out the early game and try to have Bloomerang in all 5 lanes as much as possible, then planting Bonk Choy and Walnut to fully defense everything. Day 17 limits the amount of plants you can put to 14 only. Since we are unable to dig plants up at the late game, we have to play smart here. Firstly, you must plant 4 sunflowers only to leave space for Bloomerang. If you cannot have Bloomerang in all 5 rows, you'll have a bad time dealing with Bucketheads. Day 18 is the first last stand level. The level will give you a specific amount of sun and time to build your defense. I just don't know what to do here, so I'm just spamming Bloomerang, and for some reasons it actually works lol. Day 19 not only disallows you to plant the 2 rightmost columns, but it also limits the amount of plants to 16. This level is actually slightly easier than Day 17 because Day 19 doesn't have any graves and their zombies are way easier to deal with, plus the higher plant count. Day 20 is another protect the endangered plants level. This time, the SOS sunflowers are slightly further to our house now and there's also explorers coming in. Luckily, we now have Repeater, which is an upgrade from Pea Shooter. Combined with Bonk Choy and Bloomerang, you can beat this level quite smoothly. Day 21 pre-selects you Twin Sunflower, Kernel Pult and Melon Pult, which is a pretty questionable pick considering all 3 plants haven't been introduced nor collected yet, but I'm not complaining. Melon Pult is a great plant, dealing a lot of damage for 325 sun. Stall out the early game to get Melon Pult and the level is pretty much over. After day 21, we have an additional 25 starting sun, which is very important as day 22 is another challenging level, limiting our plant count to 18. Despite the higher plant count, there are more graves now and the appearance of fairer zombies also making the level more insane. Try to get Bonk Choy in all 5 lanes and use Repeater plant food to deal with lanes that don't have Walnut. Day 23 sees the return of Gargantua. The strategy is the same as day 6, saving the plant foods, then either using the Iceberg Letux or Repeater to kill it as fast as possible. You still need to be careful with Explorers and Tomb Raiser though. Day 24 is another last stand level. Since the strategy in day 18 works very well, so I use it here. However, Pharaoh with such high HP can destroy our defense super easily, forcing us to use plant food on every of them. And the game is basically over when we run out of plant food. To beat this level, it's better to put Iceberg at the back and use plant foods on them to maximize the effect instead of singly using them on Bloomerang. As much as I want to beat day 25 without losing a plant, it's just basically too hard and RNG relying to beat. the missile and Gargantua will just destroy your plants like there's nothing. I have even tried sacrificing my lawn movers to have more plant food, but it still doesn't seem to be better, as once we run out of them we can't keep up with the swarm of zombies anymore. The only hope to beat the level is either bypassing the second boss phase as fast as possible or hoping that Gargantua won't show up, which might be possible, as in this run there's only one shows up. I will leave as a challenge for you guys then, because it's definitely possible and I might just have bad RNG. And with that, we have come to an end of Ancient Egypt world. The challenge is pretty easy so far, beside day 25, since this is just the first world, but I have already seen bad things happen in later worlds already. If you like this content and my horrible style of edit, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. For now, see you guys later.